Hello guys! Finally, it's happening. I will start talking about your favorites, about your recommendations. I have 3 books that I want to talk this time. I have read 4, I think, from the ones that you guys sent me. But I have 3. I think 3 is a good number to start. And I gotta say, I'm having so much fun. And I wasn't expecting to enjoy this as much as as much as I am, even though I expected to enjoy it, if this makes any sense. Anyway, like I said, I've read 4 books. One of them, you probably, if you follow me on Goodreads, you probably know that I took a whole month to read it. But it was worth it. I'm not including that one on this video just for the simple fact that I am not even sure yet how I feel about it. I have lots of things going on in my head with that book. With that said, let's just jump on the books. The first one that I read was a book recommended me by the awesome and just adorable gal from the channel The Library of Alexandria, and she suggested me Old Magic by Marianne Curley. This is a YA fantasy time travel book. I enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it more if I had read it when I was younger. The first part, but I'm supposed to better I say, it's probably better if I say what the book is about. It's basically about a girl that has some powers to her name, some magical powers and a witchy aunt and all of that. One day when she's at school, there's this boy that has powers, doesn't know that he has powers. There's some type of curse on his family, and she has to help him basically undo that curse, and that will take them back in time and doing all types of stuff, of magical stuff. Now this is one of those books that is very typical YA and very typical. It's just YA, even the way it is written, like early YA, because I think it was early 2000s that this was written, and it shows. So there's that if you don't like those books. Oh man, 1 second. Sorry, cats being cats. Anyway, like I was saying, very typical YA. Now, first part, the part that is paused on the present, was the part that I liked less, because I just don't really read much about school at this point. If it's manga, I do. If it's not manga, I don't. I don't know why, but I do enjoy things in school settings if it's manga. If it's not manga, I usually don't. So it was a me thing on that part. And of course, I don't vibe that much with that very YA-ish type of writing. But then it went to the past, and that's a thing that I love, the past. So even though for me this is not my favorite book, I had lots of fun when they went to the past. I just enjoyed it. I cannot say I didn't enjoy it, because I enjoyed it. So, not the perfect book, but dear lord, I had fun. Strangely, I had fun. I wasn't expecting, for the first part, I wasn't expecting to like it, but then I had fun. So, Really, I'm really glad I read it, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have picked up this book, to be honest. So thank you for the suggestion. She left me but a lot of other suggestions that I shall pick one of those pretty quickly. Also, if you are hearing strange sounds, it is one of my neighbors that you cannot see because the sun, but he's closing his balcony. Has an open balcony, it's just closing it, and now we have to enjoy the sound because that's life. So I hope it doesn't pick up that much, and we shall continue. Now, which book shall I pick next? I think I'm going for the one that I read from Jess, from the channel Jess the Book Freak. This is one of the suggestions that she left me. Was the book You by Caroline Kepnes. You know the book that it's called You, the one that has a series that I haven't watched, but there's a series, yeah, that one, exactly, by that writer that I cannot pronounce the name. I had quite fun. This book was already on my to-read list. I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoy it. I'm not sure what this says about me, but it was so much more tame than I thought it was. As I was reading it, I was like, I could have done worse. This could have gone further. But again, I'm just putting the horses, the carriage, I mean, in front of the horses, and didn't even say what this was, because I was just imagining that you guys know. But somebody out there might not know. This book is about basically a stalker. But on the stalker perspective, she's stalking a girl, and you are just seeing what he thinks, why he justifies his actions, what he does to get near to her. You are there when he's peeping on her and all of that, and doing all the fun stuff that a crazy stalker would do, basically. Again, I was expecting this to go much, much further on the insane path, and I felt it was quite tame. But I had a lot of fun reading it. I'm not sure if I will continue, because to be honest, I saw the premise of the second book and I was like, I think I'm happy just with this. I don't need more of this, if you guys know what I mean. It's like, this is one book and we are fine with this one book. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will continue. But I did really enjoy it. There was one thing that I thought that was like an easy escape for the things to happen, because in order for you to kind of stay on the side of the stalker, everyone that is supposed to be sane on the book, I'm sorry, but she's snoring. I cannot stop her because she has been having lots of trouble sleeping, and she's sleeping so soundly now. So enjoy the cat snores. Like I say, in order for I think I'm sorry, I broke my own recipe in there. I will go back to it. Basically, I think the author thought that in order for us to keep the side of the stalker, she needed to make everyone a douchebag. Every other character that should be normal and sane is basically insane and detestable. And I think that was a little bit of a cheapskate. That's my main issue with this book. Besides the tameness, I think it could have gone more. It could have done more. It could have gone places. But still, I had quite good moments there, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for the suggestion, Jess. And the last book I don't think it was the last book. I don't remember the order. I just remember that I read Old Magic first. But I think this one is the second book that I read. It was the suggestion from Mariana, from the channel Mariana Mas Books. Mariana Mas Books. Am I saying this right? If not, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna put all the channels on the description, so you don't have to go by my awful pronunciation of words. But one of the books that she suggested was the book Stir, My Broken Brain and the Meals That Brought Me Home by Jessica Fechtor. Again, words. I love this book so much, so very much. First of all, this is a memoir of by the authors. The memoir of said author, because she had an aneurysm, and if you know anything about that type of medical problem, is that it's silent, scary, and deadly. And when it pops up, it's just the person is just gonna go, usually. I think the past during like the pandemic, there was at least one actress that had that happening here in Portugal. I think there was another famous person that had that problem here in Portugal. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember that at least one actress had it. She is resting, if I'm not mistaken, because she had a time that she was in the in the between. So I'm not exactly sure. I think she's finally resting. Please don't let me be killing a person while she's still alive. I'm really bad with this, remembering if those things, and then anyway, back to the book. Well, it is a very scary medical problem for starters. The way that the book is written, the way that she so candidly writes about the expressions, she just says what she felt and describes things not in a gruesome way, but in a way that you understand that it wasn't pleasant in any way, shape, or form. And then the second part of the title, The Meals That Brought Me Home, the integration way of cooking in a way of healing and connecting with people, because she liked to, before that happened, cooking and sharing meals was an important thing for her family, for her friends, socializing basically. And then she had to regain that, because she had to relearn a lot of things, and she had to master that again, that skill again, and use it again to connect with people and healing herself basically. And it was just beautiful and inspiring, and I just want to hug the author so much. If you know me, there is one extra reason beside all of that I said, because it was beautiful, it was an experience that's probably awful. I like reading memoirs and all of that. Besides all of that I said, if you know me, you know that I do not consider myself a foodie, because I cannot eat everything because I have allergies, and I don't need things to be complicated, but I really like food, and it's a really important thing in my life. And I really think that food is important in levels that people do not give it importance. It is a way to connect with people. It is a way to show love. It is like an appreciation. It is a way to connect with nature, with everything, with your roots, with just... It has much more power than you think it has at first sight. So I love that. The connection of healing with food and people, and socializing and relations, and in the midst of that tragedy. I just love that book so much. And I really want to hug the author, because she was such a brave soul, and I wouldn't have been as brave. I can tell. I can just tell. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna elongate myself more. This were 3 books that I read. If any of them sound good to you, please just go read them. They are worth it. Even the ones that I say I like a little bit less, like Old Magic, I still had a blast. I'm still very content that I read it, because it was still really fun, to be honest. Yeah, just try it. If you have read any of these books, let me know what you think of them. Let's talk about it. And again, thank you guys for the suggestions. I will be reading more of the book lists that you left, cause yeah, I'm loving reading your favorite books. So yeah, that's all for now, guys. Bye.